I'm Sean Deanna. This is my wife Jackie. We are newish to the LA area. We've been here for about a year now. We live in Palos Verdes. We have a little baby girl named Celia, and we go to Cathedral in the South Bay.
We attended Vive SF, and our pastor Brittany, she's incredible. When we first went to Vive, we told her we'd be moving to Los Angeles, and she said, "Okay, we'll get you guys plugged in here and get you ready to go in LA." And she told us about C3 LA.
So it was actually a few months ago. We were at, Vive's like Cathedral's sister church, I hear. And we were at that conference, and that day I had actually gotten laid off on the third day of the conference, and Jackie wasn't working at the time either. So we knew Pastor Jake was going to be there. So we went over to him and Pastor Nicole. They prayed over us after we got that news, and they just spoke life into us and told us that we weren't going to have to touch any savings or emergency funds that we had, and we haven't. And now we are building a business, and we just signed 2 clients. So things are really starting to move for us. I was always on the fence about tithing. Like even, when we were married, I was on the fence, but I was praying. There was a message that I heard that really got me convicted, and I promised God that I was going to tithe and just give him like what is his first.
We just moved here. We just had a baby.
Yeah.
Both of us are no longer with our jobs. Like none of the plan worked. And
Yeah.
I was like, we have a choice. We can go back and run to safety,
Yeah.
which is go back home and get on our feet again, or we can stay and plant and literally lean on faith. I start to get scared, where I'm like, we gotta move fast. And so I'm like, how are the job applications going? Like, how's this happening? Like, we gotta think about this. And that week was really cool because Pastor Jeff came and visited.
To teach me how to play bass. And we were talking, and we learned a lot about his, past as a photographer. And I asked him, like, hey, do you do headshots? He was like, yeah. I was like, could you take Jackie's? He's like, yeah, I'll be here next week. Like, what does that cost or anything? He's like, I got you guys. Don't you worry about it. Like, don't worry about it. You sure? We're like, all right, we're paying Felicia because she did not come here to watch Celia. And we're also paying Jeff for doing this because he didn't have to. We're gonna surprise them. And then that same night, one of our neighbors just had a newborn, and we had this baby cradle rocker that Celia never used. And we were just like, hey, like, we were thinking about like giving it to like one of her cousins, but they're not going to be in town for like 2 months. We're like, let's see if the neighbor just wants it. And they were so excited. They're like, are you sure? And we're like, yeah, this is yours. Celia never used it. She's too big for it now. If you want it, you can have it. And we went up to the mailroom, and I opened this check with my name on it. Yeah, it was a decent sized check, and we were both just like crying, and we got on the floor and just started thanking God.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
It's true when people say it's never going to be the right time to have a kid, and God will always provide when you have kids. It's so true because I'm a part of the moms group. This is where community comes in. I'm a part of the moms group at South Bay, and Celia, our daughter Celia, is huge, okay? She's 20 pounds, and she's 7 months old. And she's fitting into 1-year-old clothes. And I'm like, this is crazy. We're gonna have to buy new clothes. So I'm thinking of already like expenses and stuff. Tell me why. One of the moms, Anna, bless her heart, she's got 2 girls, and they're toddlers. And she's like, hey, I've got a ton of clothes. Does Celia need some clothes? And I'm like, yes. And I'm not kidding, 2 or 3 bags of clothes. All Celia's. We don't gotta worry about that. I've got moms in the group who are like, I've got size 4 diapers, who needs them? I got a crib, who needs it? I mean, this is where being plugged in is so important, because we're like, kids are expensive. And I'm like, are they? Like, God will come through. So you really just have to let go of the fear and trust, like, he is our provider, and it's in the word. And you have to believe it, that he is our provider. So for most of my life where I tried to be God, I wanted to be the provider and the protector and the healer and carry all of this on my shoulders. And I'm learning to fall in love with his character and who he is. And that comes from reading the word, because how we feel or what thoughts come in our mind, we cannot trust, but his word we can always trust.